Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to week 3 of our art class. I'm really happy to be talking to you again, and I wanted to introduce our new lesson. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month this month, we are going to be learning about a very super duper famous artist and painter. His name was Pablo Picasso, and he was a Spanish painter, and he was amazing. He was an amazing painter. He could paint as beautifully and perfectly as this. This is a portrait of his mom. So a portrait is a picture of a person. And then a self-portrait is a picture of one's who? Self, right? So a portrait is a picture of a person, any person, and a self-portrait is a picture or a drawing of oneself, of ourselves. So this was a portrait, a picture of a person, and Pablo Picasso painted his mom. And so she was painted so beautifully and so perfectly, right? Does she look like somebody's mom? I think so. I think she could look like my mom or my aunt or my abuelita or grandma or somebody in my family, right? But Pablo decided that, well, you know what? All of my friends that are really great artists as well, they can paint just like I can. And that wasn't good enough for Pablo. He wanted to stand apart from every other artist. He said, you know what? I'm going to create my own style. I am going to be famous and everybody's going to know what my paintings are. They're going to be able to tell, oh, that's a Pablo Picasso. How did he do that? We're going to find out. All of a sudden, one day, Pablo Picasso decided that he was going to make these silly mixed up faces. Silly and mixed up. So his colors were not colors of how we really look, right? Yellows and greens and blues and all different kinds of colorful colors that our skin tones are not. And he decided, I'm going to look at somebody's face and I'm going to look at it like if it was a cube, like if it was a box that I could look at every single side and see every side all at once. So he decided to call that Cubism. You say, Cubism. Very good, boys and girls. So Pablo Picasso decided, hey, I'm gonna start painting in this way because none of my friends do. And so everybody will say, wow, Pablo, that's so interesting. Oh, Pablo, that's so different. Have you seen Pablo's work? It's wonderful. Nobody's ever seen anything like it before. And that's how he would stand out and become famous, the famous artist that he was. So right now, we're gonna look at these pieces right here, and they look like silly mixed up faces. Do we have an eyeball up here? No, we don't have an eye up here. Should we have our nose all the way down here by our chin? No, I don't think so. Why? Because then we wouldn't look real. We wouldn't look like human beings. But that was Pablo Picasso's idea, to make them on purpose look like silly mixed up faces. So what we are going to do is we are going to make our artwork in the style of Pablo Picasso, okay? So I'm going to bring this down here and I'm going to put this sample up here, and I thought that it would be fun if we could draw our own self-portrait, or if you don't want to draw a picture of yourself and you'd like to use somebody in your home as a model, you can look at another family member of yours and try to draw them. This one has curly hair. Why? Because I have super curly hair. But if you want to, you know, make somebody with straight hair or short hair or something that you don't have, then you can make a portrait, which is a what, boys and girls? That's right, a picture of a person. So again, and we are going to start a portrait or a self-portrait if you'd like it to be a picture of yourself. So we're gonna take a plain piece of paper. Again, this is just regular copy paper. If you have paper with no lines, that's great. If you only have paper with lines, that's great too. I was going to use a pencil, but you guys can't see my lines very well, so let me check here. Let's see. No, not dark enough. Okay. So you're going to use pencil and a piece of paper, and I am going to use marker. Why? Because just like in school, I use marker so that you can see my lines from far away. You are going to use pencil because if you make a mistake, you can erase pencil, right? Can you erase marker? No. So you use a pencil and I will use the marker, okay? Okay. So first I'm going to start with maybe, let's do a capital letter L, like this. So I'm going to start over here on this side, and I'm going to make myself a capital letter L. And that's going to be for our nose. And then maybe I'm going to put right next to my capital letter L, I'm going to make a backwards letter C. A backwards C. Okay. And next, let's see, maybe I'm going to put, let's make a circle here. I'm going to make a circle about that size, like my backwards C. And then inside that circle, let's make a smaller circle. And this is going to be one of the person's eyes, right? So that's the pupil, that's the black part, the black hole inside of our eyeball. And then the iris is the larger circle. And now we need the football shape of our eye, right? Because he put that in there too. So maybe we're going to make a curved line up, touch the top of our circle and come back down. Like the line is just resting on top of the circle. Great work, boys and girls. I'm proud of you. Okay, now we're gonna connect, touch the bottom of the circle and come back and touch there. Okay, you're still with me? Good. All right, now, since this is a silly mixed up cubistic face, do you think we should put the other eye here? Maybe, but I think I'm going to put my other eye up here, right? Because if I put it up here, it's even more mixed up and silly, right? It makes no sense. So I'm going to put my other eye up here. So maybe I'm going to make, maybe I'll make my other circle right here on top of my nose. As ridiculous as that may be. Okay. But we're just gonna have fun, boys and girls. Because you know why? This is your artwork, right? And it can't be wrong. It can only be right because it's your artwork, right? So let's make a smaller circle inside of that circle. And now maybe I only want to put half of my football shape. Here, Pablo Picasso only showed a little tiny piece of that eye. So maybe I'm going to make a letter V, but laying down. A letter V, but laying down like this. So here's my V, laying down. Great work. Okay, and now let's see. I think I'm going to put a mouth. So let's see. I want to make a curved line. I'm going to put my curved line here. And now let's make another curved line down here and connect. And so now we have either the shape of a banana laying down on the table or a crescent moon shape, right? A little sliver of the moon. And if you would like to leave it just like that, you can. If you'd like to add your lips, that's what I'm going to do, you can do that too. So I'm going to put another curved line on top of my banana. And then I'm going to add another curved line, like a smile, underneath my banana. Now it looks like we're laughing, right? And if you would like to add some teeth, you may add teeth. If you don't want to add teeth, you do not have to add teeth. You can just put some vertical lines, right? Vertical, up and down the tallway. You can make these lines go like this if you'd like, or you don't have to. And let's see what else. What else makes us look like people? We have eyes, we have a mouth, we have a nose. We need some ears, right? Right. Now, I think I'm going to put one ear here. I'm going to make a letter C, like a big capital letter C, and then another smaller C inside of it. Now remember, you can make this drawing however you'd like. This is just my example, right? This is my example. This is another example. This one over here is yet another example that I had made. And you can see that they're all different, right? So I'll put this one down here. And let's see, we need the top of our head. And my hair is curly. So I am going to go like this. I'm going to take my writing tool and I'm going to make a curved line all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way down to the bottom of my paper. Okay. And now I need how many ears? That's right, 1, 2. I have 2 ears. So I'm going to go jump on this side of my face and I'm going to put an ear here. But I want to make it silly and mixed up still. So I don't want to put my ears in the same location. That means in the same spot. I'm going to put this ear all the way down here. So I'm going to make a backwards letter C. Backwards, like it's floating. And then another backwards C inside so that we can tell that it is another ear. And now maybe I'm going to come over here under my capital L nose and I'm going to make my chin. I'm going to come down around my mouth and then down and off the paper so that we can give a little indication or a little hint that we have a neck. I like it so far. I think it looks really interesting. Do you? I hope so. And now I think I'm going to add from here another curved line to show my hair on the other side. And maybe I want to make another curved line for another curl. And we can't forget these. Our what? That's right, our eyebrows. So maybe I'm going to put an eyebrow here, a curved line, and maybe up here, a curved line. And if you'd like to add eyelashes, you can. Up, curved, up and curved, up and curved. And up and curved, outward. Okay. And then maybe up here, another curved line and off the paper. It's okay to have your lines come off of the paper, off the page, right? We don't have to keep everything within the paper. It brings your eye off the paper, and that makes it more exciting and more interesting to look at. So there we have our drawing. Does yours have to look exactly like mine? No. We're just using lines to create a face in the style of Pablo Picasso, which is cubistic, okay? And if you wanted to add other things in here, like if you wanted to add a triangle nostril, you could make a triangle for the holes in our noses where we breathe from, right? You can add lots of details. We could add a triangle inside your ear if you wanted to. So we're using straight lines and curved lines, and we're using shapes like circles and ellipses. An ellipse is a football shape, and triangles, right? So you can make your silly mixed up face however you'd like, and then after you've done it in pencil, so let me show you this. Oops, nope. Oops, nope. Okay, I was going to say that you are drawing this in pencil for this week, like this. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay, so you are going to draw only in pencil, boys and girls, so that if you make a mistake, you can erase your mistakes. You're tracing, nope, you're drawing in pencil like this, right? And then, once you have finished your drawing, if you would like to go back and trace in a marker, you may do that, just like you did last week on your drawing of Joan Moreau, okay? So if I have time and you would like to take your finished pencil drawing and trace your lines in a marker or a crayon, you may do that. Sometimes you get excited and you want to continue your project or your artwork, and so I certainly don't want to stop you from doing that, but the only part that you can do next is to trace. And remember, when we trace, we want to always use our best practice skills and show our best effort. So we are tracing very slowly, and we are trying to hide our what? Our pencil lines, right. So you are hiding all of the pencil lines so that it looks very, very neat and polished, and that you can be very proud of your artwork. So that is as much as we are going to do. And then I'm excited because next week we're going to be talking about our secondary colors, which means we take the primary colors and we mix them together to create the secondary colors, okay? So I'm really, really excited to see you next time and have you bring back these same drawings of Pablo Picasso-inspired portraits, okay? And I will see you again next week. Thanks a lot for being with me again today, boys and girls. Bye.